Most seniors miss these 5 subtle signs, but once they appear, time might be running out faster than you realize. Watch closely, your body could be trying to warn you before it's too late. Sign number 1: silent weight loss, the body's first farewell. As you cross into your 70s and beyond, small changes in your body can hold deep meaning, especially when it comes to your weight. A few pounds here and there might not seem important. Many seniors even feel relieved to shed some weight. But when weight loss happens without trying, it's often the body's way of signaling that something deeper is wrong. In your final year, your metabolism slows dramatically. The body starts prioritizing survival over strength. Muscles shrink, appetite fades, and digestion weakens. It's not just getting older, it's your system quietly winding down. Imagine a jacket that fit you perfectly last winter now hanging loosely over your shoulders. Or realizing your belt needs another notch tighter without any effort from your side. These aren't random events, they're clues. Unintentional weight loss can mean your body is no longer absorbing nutrients properly. It may also be a sign of underlying illnesses like heart failure, cancer, or severe infections, issues that often stay hidden until it's almost too late. Ignoring these subtle signs can lead to faster decline. But recognizing them early gives you a precious gift: time. Time to improve nutrition, seek medical advice, and make these final years as strong, dignified, and comfortable as possible. So if your clothes are looser, if meals feel like a chore, don't brush it off. Your body might be whispering something important, before it no longer can. Sign number 2: unshakable fatigue when rest no longer restores. At first, it feels like normal tiredness, an extra nap here, a bit more effort needed to get out of bed. But when you notice persistent, deep fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to fix, it could be your body's way of telling you that its reserves are running low. In the final stages of life, the body shifts energy inward. Instead of fueling movement, conversation, or hobbies, it starts conserving strength for basic survival. Every task, getting dressed, climbing stairs, even holding a conversation, becomes an overwhelming mountain. Imagine a once lively person who loved morning walks now struggling just to reach the front door. It's not laziness. It's not lack of willpower. It's biology quietly taking over. This type of exhaustion is different from being tired after a busy day. It's a full-body shutdown, where the muscles, heart, and brain no longer recover properly overnight. You might also notice that someone who used to enjoy family visits or favorite TV shows now prefers long periods of silence and stillness. Ignoring this chronic fatigue can be dangerous. It often comes hand in hand with weaker muscles, slower circulation, and increased risk of falls. And it may signal that the body is quietly preparing for its final chapter. The best way to respond: shift focus from doing more to being there. Offer companionship, understanding, and patience. Let the person set the pace. In these moments, emotional presence becomes far more powerful than pushing for activity. If you're seeing loved ones slow down dramatically, moving less, sleeping more, withdrawing gently, listen carefully. Their body might already be speaking a language few are willing to hear until it's too late. Sign number 3: fading mind and heart, subtle withdrawal from the world. It often begins with silence. Someone who once laughed at old stories, joined in conversations, or lit up when visitors came, slowly begins to pull away. Not out of anger. Not because they don't care. But because their mind and heart are gently stepping back from the world. This sign is subtle at first. You might notice your loved one getting quiet in group settings, missing phone calls, or seeming emotionally distant. They may not remember small things like dates or names. Then slowly, even familiar routines start to feel foreign to them. This isn't just forgetfulness or a bad day. It's the brain signaling that it's beginning to tire. As circulation slows and energy is rerouted to essential functions, cognitive clarity fades. The body is saying, "We're winding down." Some seniors may appear confused, repeating questions or losing track of conversations. Others become emotionally still, less reactive, more contemplative. Even their facial expressions may soften, as if they're living more in memory than in the moment. There's also a spiritual dimension to this. Many elders begin reflecting more, speaking less. They seem content staring out a window, or simply resting in silence. It's as if they're preparing, quietly, gently, for a departure they already sense. As heartbreaking as this can be for family, it's also a gift in disguise. This stage offers an opportunity to just be present, no pressure, no fixes. Sitting beside them, holding their hand, reading aloud, these become powerful acts of love. Don't rush them back into the noise of the world. Instead, honor their quiet retreat with gentleness and presence. Because in those final months, even without words, the heart still feels everything. Sign number 4: fragile immunity. When small infections signal big changes. It might start with something small. A cough that lingers. A cut that doesn't heal. A low-grade fever that keeps coming back. At first, these might seem like everyday issues, minor colds, urinary tract infections, or a sore that just needs ointment. But for someone nearing the final chapter of life, these small signs often reveal a much deeper truth: the immune system is no longer fighting the way it used to. As we age, the body's defenses naturally weaken. But in the final year, this decline becomes more dramatic. The white blood cells that once rushed to heal wounds now move slowly. The immune system, once sharp and ready, becomes dull and delayed. For caregivers and family, this often means noticing more frequent doctor visits, longer recovery times, or repeated infections that just don't seem to go away. Even something as common as a cold can take weeks to clear, and sometimes it never does fully. You might see their skin bruising more easily, or a scratch that doesn't scab. You might hear them coughing at night, tired but unable to clear their chest. These are not isolated events. They are signals that the body is slowly losing its ability to repair and protect itself. At this stage, pushing aggressive treatments isn't always helpful. What matters most is comfort and prevention, keeping their environment clean, helping them stay warm and hydrated, and making sure infections are treated quickly, gently. This sign isn't just about medicine. It's about understanding that the body is preparing to let go, that its focus has shifted from fighting to resting. And when you recognize this shift, you can move from reaction to compassion. Because knowing what's really happening means you can stop chasing cures, and start creating peace. Sign number 5: breath and blood, the final rhythm of life. There's something hauntingly gentle about how the body begins to say goodbye. It doesn't shout. It whispers. Through the rhythm of breath and the color of skin. If your loved one is nearing their final months, one of the most profound signs is a change in how they breathe and how their circulation behaves. You may notice their breaths becoming slower, shallower, sometimes with unexpected pauses in between. This isn't just exhaustion, it's the body literally shifting its focus away from sustaining the outer world, and turning inward. A common pattern near the end of life is something called Cheyne-Stokes breathing, where breaths come in cycles of deep, rapid inhalations, followed by long, eerie pauses. It's unsettling to watch, but it's not painful. It's simply the body transitioning. Then comes the change in blood flow. Fingers and toes may turn cold. The nose or ears might appear bluish or pale. This happens because the body is prioritizing blood flow to the brain and heart, pulling it away from the extremities to conserve energy. Even the skin may begin to mottle, a marbled pattern of purples and blues, often the last visible sign that the journey is reaching its final stretch. These changes often happen quietly. They don't always come with panic or pain. In fact, many who witness this stage describe it as peaceful, sacred, almost as if the soul itself is preparing for release. And while you may feel helpless in these moments, your presence matters more than anything. A calm hand, a warm blanket, soft words, these are the comforts that outshine any medication. Because at this point, it's no longer about fighting to survive. It's about honoring a life that's gently coming to rest. When subtle signs like weight loss, deep fatigue, mental withdrawal, frequent infections, or changing breath begin to appear, it's not just the body speaking, it's the soul preparing. Most people miss these signals. Not because they don't care, but because life moves fast, and death often moves quietly. But now, you know what to look for. And with that awareness comes the power to respond with love, calm, and presence, when it matters most. If you believe every senior deserves comfort and dignity in their final chapter, share this video. Let others recognize the signs early, before time slips away. Tell us in the comments, which sign surprised you the most. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us, for more wisdom that matters.